is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Nevada continues to face a dual crisis. 6 in 10 women report experiencing both domestic and sexual violence. And joining us now, Sara Spencer Northey with American Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. Sara, thank you so much for talking to us about this topic that is always timely because so many people experience this and it doesn't discriminate. So what do you say to people who are experiencing or have experienced domestic or sexual violence?
Well, I think one question to ask is your relationship making you feel empowered, safe, and good about yourself? Or is it making you feel disempowered, unsafe, and bad about yourself? And if it's trending towards the disempowerment, that's when you might want to start looking for signs because a relationship should only add to your life.
Yeah, it
It
shouldn't
should,
take away.
yes.
So what about us as family and friends? How do we kind of look out for the signs to be able to help the people that we love who may be in this situation?
Looking out for signs. I think if you're noticing that your loved one has changed, if you notice they're not coming around as much, and if you're noticing that there is just kind of the spark has come out of them, then that may be that is the time to start looking in a little further.
And then when should you seek professional advice? Because a lot of times when someone is caught up in this situation, it's hard for them to walk away, and many times they're afraid for their lives.
Yes. And that's what I want people to know is that these organizations kind of across the board are very aware of this. I've been amazed by some of the creativity of these organizations to really support victims and survivors of domestic violence. So they are always going to they're going to take up for you. So if your abusive partner answers the phone, they will lie. They will say that they're somebody else. So they're going to go to great lengths to protect your confidentiality. And they're going to do a lot to counteract that disempowerment that you feel. So I think a lot of people don't reach out because they're scared they're going to be disempowered, and it's going to be trading one form of disempowerment for another, but they're really here to help you and to empower you.
Yeah, and Sara, let's talk about why it's so important for those who are victims of this and hoping to be survivors of this to have a safety plan.
Yes. So one of the most dangerous times in a survivor's life is when they are leaving. So it is a really good idea to work with an organization to get that safety plan in place. So people who are trained and who are going to anticipate your needs. I know that a lot of times when you're leaving, it's like you're not. I mean, your cognitive capacity is down. So having that support where they've got the boxes checked can be really helpful.
Let's talk about generational patterns of abuse and how you can spot them and, more importantly, prevent them.
I think that we often talk about emotional abuse as this like abstract idea. And when we think about children's exposure to domestic violence and the emotional scarring, like that's used as a metaphor, but it's actually not even a metaphor. In fact, in many ways, it's a real physical scar on the brain. We just don't see it because when you think about what's going on in the mechanisms of the brain, it really does leave an actual physical, it takes an actual physical toll on the brain. Like it's an adverse childhood event that will have long-term health outcomes for those children.
Yeah, and the first step is just recognizing that that could be the situation so that you can then go and get the correct help. And we had your number. It's still there, 1-800-799-SAFE, 7233, for more information to get the help that you may need. Thank you so much, Sara, for joining us.